Everything looks so small from up here. Such a nice view. Well, hello again. Today we're going to go on a little tour of a Portal Hub Sea Dock a few friends and I have been working on over the past week. Isn't she pretty? I'm like a proud daddy just brought a newborn home from the hospital. That's about 2.5 to 3,000 stone holding up those retaining walls. You ever tried to swing a pickaxe in water? Yeah, moats are horrible. Why bother, you say? It's story time. Have you ever spent hundreds of hours building in a Valheim location only to have another member of your server literally terraform a mountain beside your 4,000 plus piece wooden Viking hall? No? How nice of you. Let me give you a little rundown of what you're seeing here. This is 10,000 plus pickaxe variations to the ground in the loading range of your enormous base, causing devastating FPS drops, huge lag every time you load into areas, or try to perform any construction actions at all. Luscious green mountainside, you think? Not quite. How about barren pickaxe wasteland? I feel like I've had to abandon home. There's a video on the construction of this project on my YouTube channel. I'll put a link to it in the description below. Look in the corner there. See it? Still loading in. Anyway, go for a little run up the top of this hill here. You can see the more terraforming is done. Here's a perfect example right here of the reason we've had to move base. Trying to run along an edge, FPS starts dropping, playability full, and we're down the side of the mountain. You can imagine trying to place things when this is going on. So, like a nightmare. But anyway, let's get back to the new base. What a nice sunset. As we float gently down our stream in our longboat toward the dock that we've built. And then, of course, game doesn't want you to have a good video, so how about we throw in a little rainstorm as well, just an extra fuck you. This is obviously during a test. Seawalls, as you can see, still aren't quite finished. Fun fact, this was a test and the channel wasn't dug out properly. The boat got stuck on the shoreline here and I had to break the thing apart with an axe. First we mapped out the flooring, lined up the pillars, started raising the ground to line up with the pillars. This is done to increase the potential structural build height of the overall construction project.
They're building a new base.
Yeah, they're moving the portal hub to an island thing.
Side or the other side?
It's going to be on the inside, so that's fine. That's good. Once the pillars were all raised up and in the correct position, we started placing in the floor at the height of the tallest mast in the longboat. Well, technically just a little bit higher because the waves of the sea affect it. Oh no, Luke. Whoa! Almost fell.
Keeps break. You've misaligned something there.
What?
Something is out of a line.
And here's a view from the base from below after we fixed that little flooring issue we were having there. The fourth stage was putting in the ceiling, which we had a couple of issues with. You can see a top corner panel missing in this little video here. Nuglovich has been updated, trying to play with it for quite a while. Bunch of scaffolding is placed all over the place around the edges here. You can see to be able to climb up and try and place bracing core wood across the floor, and leftover wood literally everywhere. Place is a total mess at the moment, but need the scaffolding to be able to continue building upward, otherwise you just fall to your death, so what can you do? And here's a view from the completed roof up above. Next part of the project was to try and organise some kind of stair/ramp system for the boats to park in the dock. Standing on a bit of a chimney here that we decided was too ugly to keep. You'll see that we found kind of a stair system working as a guidance system to bring boats into position. It seemed to work best, and by placing stairs you had the added benefit that if you were overloaded you could walk through and pop up the other side without having to throw your goods in the water. You notice here as I start to walk away, the core wood pillars have been replaced with stone now, and we've got a large central pillar moving up. And here I'm standing on a mini house we built on the side to be able to bring a lot of these materials in the first place, especially the copper and tin. And of course iron, as without it you can't build a stone cutter and you can't build with stone. You notice the base is starting to take a bit more shape now. We've got a chimney coming up from that central support pillar, and right here we've built a little rampart type section that actually goes underneath the main base, And this area here is where we put all of the upgrade equipment that's required to get the workbenches to levels to be able to bring in more gear and do upgrades. We placed this on one level below the actual workbenches and forges. This way it's not taking up room in the central hub area. You see around the outside a bunch of chests to bring in resources and load them up for sorting later. Here we can see the boat has been brought into position and the mast just fits underneath that lower section, the rampart bit with all the workbenches, and those stairs guided into position quite nicely. We've already started here building a stone wall around the outside of the enclosure and trying to run that down as a guide route for the boat to get in without being able to be attacked by creeps. You can see here as I run up a little bit closer, we're obviously in the very beginning stages at this point of the build of doing the docks. Stone walls obviously cost a lot of stone, and in order to build the stone wall we had to dig away as much of the stone as we could find on site, bring a whole bunch of extra stuff through the portals as well. You can see me here doing all the work at 10 times or so speed. It's actually pretty annoying trying to place the stone into the water and then try and connect the two sides of the stone from one base to the other. Have to constantly keep moving that stone cutter as well, and the workbench to go with it. And here's a 9-minute chunk of building condensed into 50 seconds. Holy crap, am I glad that's over. You can see the stone pillars have now been built up as well to the height of the floor. I've done the stone on both sides of the enclosure. And as we move up, you get a better view of the work that's been done as far as the stone goes. And finally we're there, my favourite stage, getting to admire the view. This has been a many hour long project. About 4 or 5 different people have worked on it, from collecting stone and collecting the resources to doing the physical building to building the farm that you can see me that started to be placed below me to building the lookout that I'm standing on in order to get a better view of this actual structure. So it's not been a small job, but look at that view, totally worth it in the end. So here's a final little run around to have a look at what it looks like as of the date I'm uploading this video. Big farm built out to my right hand side here. Channel that we dug out by hand with a pickaxe while trying to swim. It was pretty annoying. Sleeping zone here. Down below me we've got the portal space written around the edges here. All of these are connected to different parts of the world, but this is the central location we bring everything back to these days. You see behind me there 2 smelters that are next to the hearth. Iron fence leads us down into an enclosed area. This guy here is stuck in around the outside at the front. Need to finish that little bit up and then we're all done here. There's the boat guide rails, a brazier hanging from the ceiling up there. Nice little location you can see here. Boat can come in from one side to the other. This was originally an island. We dug out a channel from one side to the other in order for that to work. Here's the big farm that you saw from above earlier, and there's the lookout we sat on at the very beginning of the video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you all next time.